I gotta record that shit. 'Cause that is goddamn truth.
The issue isn't figuring out how to be there for the child self or this part of yourself. The issue is dealing with the resistance to even doing it in the first place. It's like, let's say I'm doing couple therapy, right? Let's say that the guy in the relationship is like, well, just give me the tools of what it's going to take to like be with this woman so she's going to stop having emotional outbursts. No, the problem is he doesn't want to. So until we get this guy to want to, nothing's going to work. Because that energy is the issue. The energy of what's it going to take is the issue. Okay, so I want you to imagine this. You guys try this on for size. It never works. It's never going to work. You are always going to have this vulnerable self that's always going to be on the floor, that's always going to be having issues, that you're always going to want to bulldoze. Forever. This is never going to change. That's the resistance. This is what stands in between you and self-acceptance right there. Do you know what's good news, though? You must have been doing a lot of internal work if you're at this trap. The closer that you get to awakening, the more cunning those disguises for the ego are. The issue isn't figuring out how to be there for the child.
I'm gonna tell you guys
or this part.
a real story. It's something I saw on Facebook. This was before my Facebook account was hacked into. I know who did it. I have a general idea of who did it, but I'm already dealing with those people on an individual basis. For sure that. I was on Facebook and I was watching this argument between feminists and I guess, white males, right? And their argument was it had something to do with cheating or something like that, right? So it's like, the male is like, yo, so if I say it's not okay for you to go hang out with this guy because I know he wants to fuck you, right? I'm wrong for saying that. And basically the feminist chick was like, well, the way I see it, I shouldn't have to deal with your emotional pain. I shouldn't have to deal with that. That's your problem. This is what she said, right? So for me, it's like, okay, that's between them two, right? But I would never be with a female, whether she a feminist or not. If she did something that she knew would put me in emotional pain, and then she sat back and was just like, get over it, I would not want to deal with anybody like that, man or female, business or whatever. So to sit back and see people kind of shirk accountability for the emotional and sometimes physical pain and spiritual pain that they cause others, and they just sit back and they're just like, well, I don't have to deal with that. That's not my problem. So, right? This is why you got white men acting the way they act towards white women, where they're just like, oh, okay, you don't care about how I feel when you go out fucking around with this dude that, that I know wants to fuck you. You don't care about that. But if I go out and hang out with the boys and I'm not doing shit and I get home a little bit late, you're ripping me a new asshole. It's shit like that, right? Now, don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that feminists or white women or black women or any woman for that matter don't have the right to feel the way they feel. I get it. Because you have some people who are expert manipulators, expert gaslighters. They know how to tilt the situation to their favor at all times, using their emotions and yours, right? However, when you come across in a manner where it's like you treat everybody like that, not because that's just how things are, but because you haven't gained the emotional and spiritual maturity to discern whether somebody is playing you or not, that's a different story. You'll have people that come up to you with pure intentions to do well by you, and you'll dismiss them in favor for an asshole that's giving you feel good vibes for the moment. And as soon as they stop giving you those feel good vibes, now they're an asshole. And then you want the guy that you overlooked who's now elsewhere, right? That shit doesn't make sense to me. So something y'all need to think.